There's talk of 99% mortgages being offered to borrowers. They'll never repay that. They're only tiny.
Minister's 99% mortgage idea could overheat UK housing market, says experts. Haven't we heard this before? So this scheme idea to support first-time buyers would appeal to young voters, and they're doing it before an election. What a surprise. So ministers could be at risk of fueling a fresh house price bubble. So the problem is, if they lend more money, the cost of housing is just going to go up, right? It's like when you give out more, what's it called, housing benefit, then all the landlords go, oh, we need to put the rent up. It's the same problem, as if house prices aren't high enough already. So it sounds appealing. They might reveal this idea in time for the spring budget in March. And the idea was you'd only have to have a 1% deposit, which is like, it's next to nothing.
Sorry. No, I was just gonna like do the flip side of that. Is they're saying to young people, don't worry, we'll sort you out, we'll get you really in debt. You know that student loan that you've not paid off, we'll add to it 99% mortgage, not at the interest rates that we all paid. You'll have the new higher rate for 99% of the value of your property.
Right, and at the same time, Cressida was right, it's just going to raise the value of the houses. And that's what this country is all about. For the last, 20 years, it's all about, like, raising the value of housing. And when you give away these mortgages, it makes a bigger demand, and that's the single thing that hurts the propensity, that hurts the ability of young people to buy a house, is that the houses are too expensive. They should let the people they should let mortgage rates go as high as they can, and people will be bankrupt and they'll be forced to sell their house.
Free up some property.
Yes, it would free up property. The properties would drop in value, and then people would be able... I mean, this would destroy...
repossession.
Yeah. This would destroy me. It would... You know.
I mean, this is the thing. Even I fall. I understand that it's not your worth. It doesn't matter what your property's what it's worth. It's not money you can spend unless you want to downsize to a cardboard box, because the next place you're going to buy will have gone up by the same amount. But we all feel richer knowing, like, oh, look how much I've got in property. And we fall for it, and no one wants to vote for the party that's going to say, actually, we're going to make you worth less on paper.
You are right, but people actually do become richer. Lewis Schaffer became richer because I was able to maintain my place in the flat in Nunhead while it increased in value because the government lowered the mortgage rates to nothing, to nothing. They gave me free money for 10 years.
Terrible idea.
You know what it is? God bless those people for doing it, but they gave it to a 67-year-old guy. And that's why young people can't get a house, because of Lewis Schaffer.